Hi, and welcome to session 2 of our journey through the Helium network. Today we're going to have a look at some hotspots in the city of Munich in Germany. So let's get started. That's right. We're just going to pick some random ones and we're going to have a look at them. So let's take this one here. So where does it sit? Almost in the center of Munich. Sits in 15-meter height, 8 dBi antenna, Bobcat miner. So that's certainly not the antenna that came with the miner. It's called Creamy Rouge. Most likely Rouge. Albatros. What is it mining? $15.52 in the last 30 days. So this is certainly one that's not mining so well. It made one HNT, that's not much. And as we see, this is almost like city center of Munich and 15-meter height. Maybe it's actually quite high, even for the city center of Munich. But the 8 dBi antenna is not doing a good job here, I think. I think it's overshooting a lot of the hotspots that in the surrounding. Bobcat miner is certainly decent. So the setup, my perspective is setup could be tried with maybe a 3 dBi antenna and could make a lot more HNT. So the host should try that out. So let's pick another one. That one looks good. Yeah, as you see, 3.4 dBi antenna, 22 meters high. It's higher than the other one. The other one I think was 15, so this is like 7 meters higher, which is already great. 3.4 dBi antenna I think is making a good job here because it reaches a lot of the hotspots in the surrounding. It's not shooting too far. Bobcat miner, that's also decent manufacturer, and it made in the last 30 days it made like $60.28. Looks like there have been like 1 or 2, 3 days here where it made almost nothing. Maybe the hotspot had any issues, went offline for some reason. I know Wi-Fi wasn't available, anything like that. So to prevent issues like that, I almost always encourage to use a wired connection. So don't use Wi-Fi, use a cable or like power over Ethernet, even if possible. Then you don't have to use like power cable. That power over Ethernet is usually like the best installation that you can do if the miner supports it. Put it in connected to your router directly. So the only thing that can go wrong is like, I don't know, problem with your internet provider, downtime there, but it's not like somebody in your, I don't know, shared apartment is changing your Wi-Fi password or reboots Wi-Fi or anything like that, and suddenly you're like 3 days or so without internet. So this is a really, really nice one. Good coverage, good setup. So let's maybe look more in the east, the very outskirts here. Because sometimes you find hidden gems in the outskirts. But looks like the ones that we see here are not making much. Yeah, not so interesting. Maybe let's look into another hex here. Maybe one that is making more. That one looks good. Okay. Precise coal okapi. It made almost $30 in the last 30 days, so almost $1 per day. Looks quite decent. What does it have for antenna? 6.5 dBi antenna, 7 meters high, cal chip miner. Actually, like a high dBi antenna in here may not be the worst, because you could reach further, considering it's like in the outskirts. It's weird that it's mostly going to the west and to the east. Maybe there's a building and the window is kind of to the south, and you put it on a balcony, which can see then to the left and to the right. I think the setup is decent, like 7 meters high, but second story, yeah, it would be better if it was way higher. So don't really know how to improve this setup. Looks like it's not possible. There's not so many hotspots around it, so 3 dBi antenna, not sure if it will help. Certainly could be tried. But yeah, $30 per month, almost 2 HNT, not the worst. If the surroundings will be populated with more miners, certainly the rewards will go higher. Maybe the host should experiment with a 3 dBi antenna. And yes, of course, always put it as high as possible. So if that's possible, would improve the rewards for sure for this one. So let's check one here. Yeah, 0.41 HNT. Let's look for a better one. 0. That certainly is not better. 0.47. 0.89. Let's have a look at this one. 2 meters high. Mean hot pink pangolin. Not penguin, penguin, pangolin. 2 meters high. No, that's not good. Put it higher. It makes no sense. If it's really only 2 meters high, doesn't make sense. Bobcat, good miner, 5.8 dBi antenna. Not sure if this is stock. Usually stock antennas, I think, are lower dBi. I don't exactly know. It's been mining already for 30 days. Almost 1.5 HNT in the last 30 days. You can see it almost lost like 25% in comparison to the last period. It's making like $22, almost 23. Yeah, the big issue here is the height. Independent of any other variables of the setup, it's way too low. If this is real and the data was entered correctly, host should consider to potentially move this somewhere else, maybe to a friend, because he won't be making much, and also not providing coverage to the network much on a 2 meter height. Okay, let's go to the very west tip here. Oh, it's very sad. Rewards. Also, this one doesn't look that bad. Future Amber Ferret. And it's offline. And it's offline already for kind of 10 days or so. I won't count these little dots here, but almost for 30 days. And it made like $28.74 in like 2/3 of the months. So it could do maybe $15 more or so. So it could go to like maybe 40-ish something. Actually, quite nice deployment. Maybe the miner was moved. We don't know. It's offline. It's a Bobcat 8 dBi antenna. So that's for sure not stock antenna. It's coming with the miner, and it sits in 14 meter height, which is actually quite decent. So hopefully the host will see this and reactivate the hotspot, because it would be nice actually to provide some coverage here to the surroundings. I mean, not towards the city center, but more to the outskirts to fill blank spots here in the Helium network. Let's check out another one. Next to this, yeah, it's not a hole, but this little gap here. 3.17 HNT in the last 30 days. Exotic Cinnamon J. So let's have a look what it did in the last 30 days. Almost $50. That's quite good. Actually, 3.167 HNT. It's quite good. 9 meter height, 5.8. It's a sense cap. 9 meter height. If this is more on the outskirts, I don't know exactly, but I would say this is not like an area that's populated by very high buildings. It's already the outskirts. You see here's like lots of woods. So I'd say in this surrounding, like a 9 meter height is already a pretty good setup. Obviously, it's yeah, not giving coverage to the south. Most likely windows more to the northwest. Would be nice if this could be put higher and provide some coverage also to the south here, where this little gap is. Okay, pretty decent miner. Let's have a look over here. Flat coconut sloth. Let's find a good one. 5 HNT. That looks good. Savory Black Eagle. That's a nice one. 8 meters high, 5 dBi antenna, sense cap miner, almost $80. Nice, 5 HNT. It's there for sure longer than 30 days, as we can see, and this seems to be a pretty good deployment. So congrats. Let's have a look at another one. Salty Ocean Millipede. Whatever that last word means. What did it make in the last 30 days? Okay, so this is also one that kind of had a downtime or anything like that. Yeah, you can see it certainly fell behind the blockchain, so it's syncing currently. That's why it's down. Maybe it went offline here, like power outage, like somebody stumbled upon the power cord or something like that, or Wi-Fi fell, like went down, anything like that. That's unfortunate, but it looks like it's coming back. And if it had continued, maybe it had made like, I don't know, a few dollars more, like $2, $3, $4 more. But looks like it was detected quite early, so now it's syncing again. 9 meters high, Bobcat miner, 6 dBi antenna. Also quite high dBi, I must admit. If I were the host, I would try also with another antenna. Maybe try a 3 dBi antenna. 6 dBi is already quite high, I would say. Okay, let's try one more here in the center. It's like super crowded. Look, it's like 32 miners in this hex. Wow. And there's one that makes 10 HNT. Wow. 8, 10, 6. That's a gold mine. So let's have a look. This one here. It's offline? No, it's synced. This is a good one. Wow. Wow. Look at the setup. Nicely done. 20 meters high, 5.7 dBi. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Could be tried maybe with a little bit lower dBi, just for checking it out. If it would catch more miners from the surroundings, maybe, instead of shooting further. But it could be like a good balance between covering the surroundings and shooting really far. 20 meters high. Good job. 5.7 dBi. Made $154 in the last 30 days. Teeny Green Mustang. Congrats. That's really nice. So let's have a look at maybe one other from this hex. This one here, Digital Pistachio Carp. Synced, and it is 15 meters high, so a bit lower than the other, but it seems to be on the top of a roof. This is like a perfect example of a deployment. 5 dBi antenna, makes sense. 15-meter height. It made $200 in the last 30 days. Wow, this is one of the best we've seen so far. Really, really good deployment. Really, really good deployment. Okay, that's it for today, or at least for this session. Travel or journey through the Helium network. Today we visited Munich in Bavaria in Germany. And yeah, see you soon in the next session.